Persona 5 has landed. I know a lot of people are pumped about this. A lot of people are joining the game for this. Welcome all the new players. I hope you enjoy this awesome game. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my last video where I give a reroll guide and some other beginner tips. I do hope you grabbed those celeb units before they were gone. If you're just starting now, go ahead and use the guide to reroll on the Persona banner. That's what you came for anyway, right? Cool. So, like I said, new players are going to go for this anyway, and the good news for you is that these two characters are actually very strong, and I ended up being more impressed with them than I thought I was going to be. Cool. For veterans like myself, you might be relieved to know that you could probably live without these characters, and especially if you got cleaned out on anniversary like I did. Alrighty. So let's take a quick look at the banner. We have Joker and Queen, both with really impressive base attack that ends up in the high 8,000s after awakenings, and still pretty impressive without awakenings. Also, their third passive is one of these less desirable element-specific buffs. So if you don't get them to that third awakening, it's not the end of the world. They're actually still pretty effective. Okay, so other than being strong, let's take a look at Joker's kit. The character skill. Now I'm reminded a little bit of Celeb Marie and Celeb Gale, where they're a DPS character, but they also offer this awesome defense break, right? And a 4 hits at 200%, pretty nice. Then additional damage when HP is below 50%. For you new players, this is called Caged Vigor, and there are steeper Caged Vigor requirements in this game. So 50% is not so bad. That's not too hard to get below. Okay, and he's going to do some stupid damage if you do. And you'll have to decide where you want to put him in the chain. Usually, because it's a defense break, you want to put him earlier in the chain so everyone benefits from that defense break. Which is a bummer because you also want to put him later in the combo to get even more damage from the combo multiplier. But I think you're best off just putting it early in the chain for that defense break. Okay. Then also, new players, you want to look out for this thing called Pursuit. Okay, damage up 40% on chain attacks of 3 or more. That means any weapon skill that has 3 or more hits, his character skill, even auto attacks that have 3 or more hits are going to get this multiplier. And it sounds fine, but it's actually really, really good, which we found later after doing some research on the damage calculation. It turns out Pursuit gets added near the end of the damage calculation. So look out for this passive and this buff in general in this game. This is going to make him even stronger. Okay, and then this is just attack that's going to be reflected in his stat anyway. And the weapon. So we have a great attack buff here. You're going to want to cast this weapon skill first for that attack buff. That's going to stack on top of any existing attack buffs and prolong them. And then you're going to have a nice 5 hits straight damage skill here. And then 2 passives that just add even more vigor and pursuit. This thing is actually cool. This is for a new game mode, which you can worry about later. But it's always nice to have weapons with these barrier passives. Okay, cool. All right, Queen. So similar high attack. Actually, a pretty impressive defense. Defense doesn't mean too much in this game, but that's a pretty nice value there. And then her character skill is another 200% 4 hits with an additional 100% if the target is burned. Now, if she's on a fire team using her own weapon, the good news is her own weapon synergizes with that. Make sure you cast this weapon skill first to apply the burn and get that damage bonus. All right, now this is really awesome. Vigor and crit rates. And that's 25 is as good as it gets on a character passive. Then her weapon's going to add even more. So it's going to really help you when you're min-maxing that crit rate. Crit rate's very important. You want to get that as close to 100 as possible. So it's going to be really easy to build her with high crit rate. And she's going to be a great straight damage dealer. Even if she's not using fire, she's going to be good in any elements. All right, we'll see that in a moment too. I put together a very short mini showcase for these two characters. And again, this weapon has that attack buff as well. those are my thoughts on the banner. All right, I captured a little video versus the EX Hard 5 stage of the current event. Let's take a look. All right, so in the first wave here, I'm just trying to... Whew, Joker's taking some damage. I think we got his cage vigor requirement taken care of. Okay, but I'm just gonna try to get his skills off. I really want to get those character skills charged up. Okay, over there I have Christmas Akeha. That's why they all have an attack buff down there. You see that? And Joker just stacked on top of it with his weapon skill. Okay, I'm gonna stack even more with his companion. I'm gonna cast... Let me pause this. This is too much... Hold the phone, hold the phone. I should have put it on slow mode because so much happens here. It's not that much, actually. It's just too fast to talk through. Okay. My Akeha has this busted weapon called the Aloof Bone, and it has a dark damage buff. So when I come into this wave, I'm going to hit this companion for additional attack buff. And you see that little 4 below Joker. It's going to stack on top of that. All right, so he's ready to do some busted damage. And he's going to apply the defense break on his character skill. And then Queen is going to be ready for hers. So you'll see I'm going to clear this entire third wave with just their 2 character skills. Let's see it again.
How annoying.
His companion, the dark buff, and damage cap. Look at that. And then Queen cleans it up with hits over 1 million. Very nice. So one of the reasons I was so impressed with this, because my Joker and Queen are only at level 75, no awakenings, and no slabs. That's very impressive damage. Okay? So that's all I have for this banner. All right, thanks so much for watching. Check out that last video I did if you're a new player. And also look out for my next video where I'm going to talk about a fast track to 100,000 force. Some battle tips and just some strategy of what to prioritize in the game. Look out for that. Thanks so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe to help me grow this channel. And I'll see you in the next one.